Hey YouTube land, this is Tychondrus again doing another action figure review. Now this time I'm going to be doing a review for three the dinosaurs from the Jurassic World series. And those dinosaurs in question are the two Dino Rival figures, which is the Dino Rival basically a replacement for the attack pack, so I think they're Dino Rival basic figures. Which is the one I have a box for, which is the Velociraptor Delta. Unfortunately, I don't have the box for this one, which is the Protoceratops. And the other one that I'm doing a review for is the Ankylosaur, which is part of the Roarivores line from the initial Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom line. So, the Dino Rivals is their 2019 kind of stuff, which is basically a bunch of, for the most part, it's a bunch of repaints and new dinosaurs, but also a mixture of repaints and reissues, which isn't too bad because there's a few dinosaurs. They're reissuing the Roarivores as far as I know, which is a good thing because I missed out on one or two of them, which is like the Baryonyx and the Suchomimus. So, on to the packaging. So for the Dino Rivals, I do only have the box for the Velociraptor Delta. So you basically have, if I just break up the camera there, you have a collector card, which I haven't bothered taking out of the packaging. You have the dinosaur in a kind of more vacuum formed set feel to the dinosaur itself. So it's to kind of save on packaging instead of having a big bubble. They have the shape of the dinosaur more kind of vacuum formed to it. And then on the back of the box there is nothing other than just the name of the dinosaur, which is Delta in this case, in different languages, and then a whole bunch of legalese. That is the box for Delta. I'll just pop that out of the way. Just move the dinosaurs in off to the side for a few seconds while I bring in the Ankylosaur box. So, the Ankylosaur is part of the Roarivores line, so you have image, it's an open box design which the dinosaurs is held in by these plastic straps. You have an image of the action feature, which is a tail strike. On the carnivores it's a chomp, most of the time it's a chomp, and for the herbivores it's tail strike, or for the Triceratops, or is it Sinusaurus or Pachyrhinosaur, I think it was. They had a kind of a head mash type thing. So for this, again, it shows other dinosaurs in the rave in the corner, shows an image of the dinosaur in the back, which it didn't for the Dino Rivals box. It has the features, which is roar, image, and then a button up the top. Let me just bring that down, you can see where it says press the button, and then it shows the tail swinging. And then the other dinosaurs in this wave, which is the Ceratosaur, the Pteranodon, and the Triceratops. Triceratops is a repack. The Triceratops was also as part of wave 1 and with the Baryonyx and the Allosaurus, but they repackaged it, or reissued it for the second wave as well. So let me just move the box aside. I will get onto the dinosaurs themselves. So I'll leave the Ankylosaur for last, but I'll go through the others first. So Delta here is a repaint. It is not a new sculpt. It's the same initial figure they used for the blue attack pack dinosaur, and that again was, I don't have my blue attack pack, but I do have the orange raptor that came with the that you can buy standalone. So I have that one. So you can see it is the same sculpt, exactly the same. The only difference is the paint apps. It does have the scan. Let's see if we can hold it there enough for it to zoom in on it. So you have the scan app on, or for the app on all these. So if you don't have deltas, you might be able to hold on that and scan it. All in all, it's the exact same figure. So just get the legs positioned. Just bring it up the old tape measure. So it's a little under 4 inches. in height, and she's around just a hair under 7 inches in length from the tip of the tail to the snout. But it's a great sculpt. I really like this Velociraptor sculpt. I know it's getting a lot of usage. It's been repainted I think 4 times at this stage, but overall I really dig it. It's a really cool sculpt. I know initially they had a few issues with the eyes on some of the dinosaurs being misplaced, but so far I haven't had anything with the kind of later waves or the Dino Rivals stuff, so it is pretty good. So for the next dinosaur we have the Protoceratops. Now this little critter is exactly the same sculpt as this one. This is the first version of it. You can see it has a tiny little crest on its nose, and it is essentially the exact same dinosaur. The only difference being that it has a different paint app, and it actually has a different barcode on the bottom of it for the app, which I will get into in a second. But overall it is essentially the exact same dinosaur. It even has the same articulation, so there is a ball joint in the head, so the head can rotate and go up and down, no side to side really. And then just has swivels on the legs, and there is a swivel in the tail, but it's kind of pointless because if you move it just looks like it broke its tail. But it does have kind of a spine type thing going down the back of the tail. I'm not sure if that's true to the fossil record for it. The first version of, the first kind of dinosaur of Protoceratops that I can remember owning was a really old Fisher Price one. I think it was definitely Dinosaurs line, and I always remember it being kind of more squat than the height on this, so I'm assuming the bone structure and the over time, you know, as archaeologists went and found more skeletons and stuff like that, they got the design or the overall bone structure better on the Protoceratops. So I'm assuming this is more, the Protoceratops is more accurate to the fossil record now than it was before. For articulation, which I forgot to mention on Delta here, so she has opening jaw, nothing in the head, swivels in the arm, swivels in the legs. Again, there's a tail swivel, but it's glued in place on these. You can see there's actually a slight join where the tail was glued on. It is a slightly different material than the chest and body. This is more solid plastic, whereas this is a little bit more rubbery to give, for more than likely just for the safety regulations. And it's a quite nice sculpt. There is slight paint apps, kind of weird paint apps on Delta, where the striping goes along the neck and then it doesn't seem to cover on the back of the head, just kind of goes up the side. I'm not sure if that's accurate, film accurate. It looks a bit weird because it kind of goes all the way along the body and then suddenly stops and then goes onto the sides of the head. It could be accurate. I'd have to watch the film again. It's been a while since I watched the Jurassic World, but that is how they did the kind of, I wouldn't say camo, but the paint apps for Delta. Just so I can bring it over. Let's see if I can get this focus. Focus up. There is the scan app for Protoceratops if you don't have it, and I'll just do it for the original one as well if you need a both. So there is the original one, and on to the beast of the show, which is the Ankylosaur or Ankylosaurus. So this being Roarivores, has a bit more articulation points. So the head is on a ball joint. You get up and down, to side, and tilt, which is quite nice. The head sculpt is fantastically well done. Paint apps are quite nice as well. I don't have any issues with the paint. Legs can splay out to the side. There's a ball hinge kind of joint on these instead of just this straight swivel. So you have ball joints on the outer legs, and then you have if I just flip around, you have a speaker box. There is just get it to scan in on that is all. Come on, focus up. It doesn't want to do it. There we go. There's the app. You might have to tilt the camera on it. Now there's the scan for the app, and then you have a button that's sort of hidden. The spikes are gummy on this, so the main body piece seems to be a hard plastic, but these spikes all along the side and underneath are all gummy. So if you were to lift off this armor piece, it would be, you'd be left with just all the gummy rubber grey spikes on underneath. And as you can see, the tail does have an articulation. It's not an actual articulation point because it's on a spring, and it's part of the gimmick. So if I just flip it around, get the camera to focus in on it, which would be nice, you can see it does a kind of tail strike and it roars. So I think there's 3 different sound effects for it, but overall it is quite nicely done. So for height, I'll go by the center of the kind of armor plate, which is about 3 3¼ inches tall off the ground, with the feet on flat on the ground, because the head is actually lower down than the highest point, which would be about here. And for lengthwise, just bring in full tape measure. She measures in it 9¼ inches in length, so she is quite a long dinosaur. And I don't think I did the height-wise for Protoceratops. For them, they come in at just a hair under the 3 inches at their highest point. And for the length, I think they're about 6, but just maybe a hair over 6 inches in length. So they're not too bad. They're not too small either. They're quite nicely put together. And then for size comparison with the human characters, to have more than one, we just bring in good old Ian here and Dr. Grant. So you can see the height of the figures next to the dinosaurs, because I have them handy. Here's one of the Rise of Cobra Mars Troopers, the standard kind of G.I. Joe style. So they fit quite nicely in with all these dinosaurs. The raptors look pretty cool with them, and so do the Protoceratops. Even if you're just a pure dinosaur collector, the dinosaurs look fantastic in this line. I do hope we get some more of the dinosaurs over here. It's kind of hit and miss what we're getting at the moment. Most notably, the Dino Rival basic stuff has arrived here. None of the dual strike stuff has arrived here, but it has been, I did notice that it is up on the website, but it hasn't become available yet for Smiths. And the, was it Bite and Throw, is it? Bite and Slash? The next version of the T-Rex, there's the Chomping T-Rex, which is the electronic one, but this one is kind of a Bite and Slash or Bite and Throw, where it press the button, it has a dual button on the back, just like the dual attack dinosaurs, but it's a larger version of it. So it has a tail strike and it has a kind of a bite, but when it does the bite, it swings the head to the right after it bites, so it does kind of a biting action. But overall, those seem to be the only things available at the moment, but hopefully we will be getting more and more stuff, and I'm hoping that our supplier, the retail supplier over here, gets the Brachiosaur, because that would be fantastic. We never got the Mosasaurus, which is one of the big stuff. I have to get that. I ordered it from a friend online, and she was gracious enough to pick it up for me and send it to me, and I'm hoping it won't be the same case with the Brachiosaur. If it does come to it, I would probably do the same thing, but I'm hoping to be able to pick it up at retail over here instead of having to go through, basically going through secondary market sort of thing. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video review. As I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers.